Hi, this is Ryan at techpronow.com. It's October 15th, 2013. Today I'm talking about John McAfee, the founder of McAfee Antivirus, who is now back in the United States after some legal fiasco in South America. Back in the United States and working on a new project through a new venture of his called Future Tense. The new product that he's working on is exciting to me. I think it's an amazing contribution to the free market, free communication, First Amendment, whatever, natural rights. It's called Dcentral. Dcentral intends to defeat the NSA spying tactics that are being waged by our government to spy on everybody, foreign and domestic. And what Dcentral does, as I understand it, is it is a small device, costs less than $100. It creates a broad local area network that ranges a couple of blocks in size, and it connects to other Dcentral users. So you have a peer-to-peer type of network where you can share files, you can chat, you can do things without NSA spying. And then it also, as I understand it, now I don't understand it well, and it's still in production, it's still in development, but as I understand it, it also comes with an encryption protocol through the software that controls Dcentral, and that allows you to connect to the internet. Beyond the intranet that it creates itself, it has peer-to-peer networking software that allows you to connect through the internet and be able to communicate with privacy via typical means of using the internet, basically encrypting the conversation or the sharing that may be going on during that communication. So I think it's a great leap forward for privacy, for freedom, for expression, free expression, anonymity, all that. It's just a great thing. I have a lot of respect for John McAfee. I don't know what happened in South America, but I'm glad that he's still around making products and moving forward with his vision. Check out this company Future Tense, and I'll give you some links on this video for that. And then also I wanted to talk about a competitor, or at least it's not a competitor since it's nonprofit and open source, but the TOR project, or the TOR protocol. There is some, apparently there's some forwarding by the NSA to monitor entry points and exit points of the TOR network, which then exposes people using the TOR network and what their IPs are as they go into the TOR network, and what their IP is as they leave the TOR network. So on their site here on September 11th, 2013, basically if you read through the article, it talks about how this is working against the TOR network, and it's an NSA kind of a tactic to break the TOR network with the massive ability to handle data that the NSA has. They can monitor many million entry points and many million exit points, and so with the TOR network being like an encrypted protocol that lets people enter through like a VPN type of situation, through a different IP that is a relay on a different computer somewhere in the world, and then you communicate through that IP address for their internet conversation or their internet sharing or whatever. I guess it's not encrypted. That would be something above and beyond the TOR project, but the TOR project basically allows people to roam with different IP addresses through relays throughout the world. And now with the NSA having so much data monitoring capacity, they can see entry points and exit points. So something like what John McAfee is talking about seems amazing. It just seems like it would work very well. It looks like there's about 155 days left before the product is released, according to website, the website that he's running. But it is exciting to me to see what happens with this. And even if he doesn't bring it to full fruition, which I have no doubt he will. I mean, he's a man of his word. He's created awesome software in the past, and I don't see why he wouldn't. Unless, of course, you know, he was thwarted by the government or something. We find this dude in some crazy car accident and nobody knows why or something. I mean, that would be the only thing I could see that would thwart this. But I think it's a good start. I think there's a lot of, you know, there's a lot of interest in this. There's a lot of development for this. Like I say, the TOR project is one of many options you can use to, you know, use privacy on the internet and apply privacy in your communications. Using a VPN, a private anonymous VPN is another way. And this Dcentral sounds like, you know, it's just the next step up. And the more we get more people interested in this, the more people develop for this and, you know, attempt to reestablish their privacy again, you know, the more freedom we're going to have. And, you know, eventually the government's just going to try to shut the internet down completely, which is what our company is working on right now, is just creating a new layer of internet. I mean, at Tech Pro Now, our intention is to create similar to what Dcentral is talking about, but, and you know, there's other projects that are doing some very similar thing with Wi-Fi, but to create local area networks that then relay connections to one another and create a sub-layer of a network that can reach out to the internet. You know, if the relays are connecting to the internet, then they can go through one relay to the next and reach out to the you know, World Wide Web. But as a local system, it could be a bulletin board system type of situation, like back in the 90s when I first got into networking and you know, online discussion. It was not the World Wide Web. It was local bulletin board systems, you know, very localized, small internet or small networks, small bulletin board systems that would share data over large areas through phone connection. So they would share their files by calling up another dial-up network, another bulletin board, and uploading their information and exchanging what you know, what was given from the other network. FidoNet was you know, one example of this. That, you know, FidoNet connected at multiple nodes. I think there were several hundred nodes by the end of the 90s, and they were all over the world. And so it was a very inspiring time for me. And even though the internet is the thing right now, I think we can see the future of networking and communications going back to a more localized, more open source, more, you know, decentralized communication platform like bulletin board systems. The backbone of the internet basically is, you know, dependent on satellites and large infrastructure, but, you know, with wireless communications, even microwave antennas and high dBi antennas, you know, Yagis and Omnis and whatever, to reach distances of, you know, from one point to another, peer-to-peer type of networking. I think that there's a way to subvert you know, what the government is trying to implement as far as privacy violations and spying. So I congratulate people who have the motivation to reestablish their privacy and to work on freedom issues. And so John McAfee is one of my heroes. You know, I haven't been following him for a long time, but now that he's gotten back into development, I'm just very impressed with his motivations. And hey, John, if you ever want to work with somebody who is very concerned with privacy, very concerned with freedom, I'm your man. Peace out.